What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So we made this video a couple of weeks ago about how you could get a Montegrappa and some other pens on sale because I was trying to like chill on buying fountain pens for a while, and I sort of broke my own rules because fountain pen day was last week and I wanted to take advantage of a sale. So I went from buying no pens to buying 3 pens. I bought one for myself, I bought one for Brianna, and I bought one for Leslie. We're going to look at the one I bought for myself today because this is a grail pen for many people. And I have a few things to say about it now that I have it. Mixed. Okay, so we're just going to be super honest about this. I'm very glad that I have it. I'm not returning it. I'm keeping it. But it's very expensive and it probably should be better. It comes in this box. And yes, it is a Visconti Homo Sapiens Bronze Age. I'm not going to bother with an unboxing because you've seen many unboxing videos throughout the internets. For those of you that are not familiar, this is not a cheap pen. They are very expensive. This is a vacuum filler, single reservoir vacuum filler with an 18 karat gold nib with a plastic feed with, it's got this hook safe lock that's pretty neat. So it's got a sprung inner cap with like these little teeth that notch the cap on so that it stays on, and it's only about a quarter of a turn to get the cap off, which is pretty cool. It's got bronze hardware and a bronze clip that's made to look like the bridge in the town where Visconti is based. And the biggest thing about this pen, obviously, is that it is made from basaltic lava from Mount Etna that is then mixed with resin, and so it has this very interesting feel to it. It's got like a soft, porous feel, but not bumpy. And it's a little heavier than most pens, but when you take the cap is probably the heaviest part. So when you take the pen off and you just write with it like this, unposted, it's a great weight. It is in your hand real nice. All the internal hardware, I believe, is titanium. It's really, really cool. I really like it. It's got, this particular one has there's a little magnetic cap that comes off, and you can call Visconti and get yourself your own, initials and stuff like that to go here. I got a medium nib because I wanted to kind of make this kind of into my daily writer if I'm going to spend this much money for a pen, and it better be good, and I want to use it all the time because that's what I bought it for. One of the things about this material is that it is supposed to be very, not indestructible, but very, very durable. And so you can use it and not feel bad about it, even though it's expensive. The other thing is, since it's bronze hardware, it's going to tarnish over time and, start to kind of look aged, if you will. And from what I understand, when you write with this pen a lot, it might get a little shiny. You know what I mean? Like you might wear into it a little bit and kind of make it yours, which I'm really excited about. I have pocket knives that are like that you can tell that I carry them every day. And I really like that idea. So I'm super excited to have it. Now, let's talk about the performance of the pen. First of all, it's fantastic to write with. The balance, the weight, everything. The length of the nib is really interesting to get used to. The taper from the top of the pointy part of the nib down to the actual nib is, like from the breather hole down to the nib, is very long, which is an interesting thing. So it's got an interesting bounce to it. It's not a flex nib. However, there is some movement, and so it makes it a nice soft writing experience. Here's the thing. The nib was not right out of the box. It was too dry, in my opinion. Now, I could just throw it back in the box and send it back, but I just decided to go ahead and tune it myself. So I messed with it a little bit yesterday. I regapped the tines. I felt that the curvature of the nib this way was wrong. When I held up the nib and looked at it, I could tell that it was sort of, I don't want to say bent, but it was just not quite right. What I should have done is, I bought this at Atlas Stationers, and there's two things that I should have done. And so what I would tell you to do if you were going to buy this pen is buy it at Atlas Stationers. There's a link in the description. Use Dylan10 and you get 10% off, which is not nothing on this pen, okay? And so then what I would do is call them and tell them, I'm about to put an order in. Can you please check the pen? Make sure that the nib is good, because quality control on the nibs on these is said to be not perfect, and I have found that that has happened to me. So I should have called them and said, hey, can you do me a favor, pull it out of the box and check it for me? It's a lot of money. Would you mind doing that? And I've heard, now I've not done it myself, obviously I didn't do it myself, but I've heard that they will do that for you at Atlas Stationers, and they'll just make sure that it's good and they'll get you a good one. That being said, I could also send it off to a Nibmeister and have them do it, which I probably will do at some point in the future to make sure it's 100% good, but I've got it good now. It's pretty awesome. It writes a lot wetter now that I fixed it, because I've heard that these nibs are very wet. This was not. This was very dry. I tried like 3 or 4 inks in it to see if it was just an ink thing. It was too dry. So I regapped the tines, I straightened it up, I did a couple of little things, I got it tuned pretty nice. Gave it a little bit of a polish, and it's phenomenal now. It's got some nice flex to it. Flex is the wrong word. It's got some nice bounce to it. It writes really, really well. I really dig it. Is it perfect? Still, I'm not gonna say it's not perfect, but I'm gonna say that I don't know if it could be better, because I'm only so good at tuning my own nibs. So the next time I go to a fountain pen show, I think I'm just gonna have somebody tune it for me. I don't wanna send it off and be without it. It is amazing. This pen is amazing. If this is on your list, I would say definitely get one, but get it from a reputable retailer that will check it out for you. I would not buy one on eBay. I would not buy one from overseas or whatever. I would buy it from a reputable, Atlas Stationers will do this, right? So that's what I would do. It's unbelievably good though, now that I have it sorted. I like the hook safe lock thing. I like the clip, because the clip is really nice and it's a one-handed clip kind of situation here. I'm very excited to make this one of my daily writers. I would say that this and my Lamy 2000 are going to probably be my most used pens in my entire collection. Because there's just something about it that, even though it's expensive, it makes you want to use it. It just makes you want to, for me personally anyway, I just want to use it. I want it to be worn in. I want it to feel, I want it to look like I use it every day. So the only way to do that is just use it, right? One other caution I would give you is, because of the kind of hygroscopic nature of this lava, when you ink the pen, make sure you clean the section off right away so that it does not soak into the lava. If it does, it'll wipe off with a paper towel, but the problem is that if any ink dries on it, then if your hands sweat or whatever, it will track back out of there and get on your fingers. So what I've been doing is just dampening a paper towel and just spinning the section in my hand in a paper towel after I get done, so that I can kind of draw any ink out that maybe had soaked into there. It's not a lot, it's not a huge alarming thing, but it's just the nature of this material. You just want to make sure that you don't soak the material with ink. That'd be my only other thing. Anyway, there you go. Here is my Visconti Homo Sapiens. If you want to get one of these things, or if you want to get any of the other stuff at Atlas Stationers, like I said, use Dylan10 in the description, and that'll give you 10% off. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you in the next video.